Hey everybody, I'm Juliana and you're watching Sprocket Girl. This channel is all about inspiring and empowering women to try mountain biking and getting more comfortable stepping outside their comfort zone. So if you want to support women's mountain biking and if you like this channel, consider hitting the subscribe button and liking some of the videos and maybe even leaving a comment in the comments section below the videos. So, funnily enough, one of my most popular videos that I've posted in the roughly 1.5 years since I've been posting videos has been a review video for my POC VPD Air knee pads. I'm not sure why I find this particularly amusing, but it's probably because I expected it to be, one of my riding videos or one of my tutorial videos on how to take care of your bike, but for some reason it ended up being this knee pad video. So I decided that because this knee pad video came out half a year ago, and at the time when I filmed it I had only tried the knee pads a couple of times on a couple of rides, so I wanted to do a follow-up video on my knee pads and tell you guys all about how I feel about them now, about a half a year later. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about these POC VPD Air knee pads. I'm going to talk about durability, comfort, and versatility. Durability. So since I bought these knee pads about a half a year ago in April, I have worn them on every single mountain bike ride that I have been on, and in the peak season in summer that was maybe up to 4 times a week sometimes. And honestly, I think I would feel pretty unprotected and exposed if I didn't wear them. So I don't even think twice about putting them on. They're just a staple of the things that I wear when I go mountain biking. So far these knee pads have not failed me, and they honestly still look like new. They look like I bought them just yesterday. I've actually put them in the washing machine a couple of times on the cold, gentle cycle, just because I want to get rid of the sweat and grime and dust and grossness that kind of builds up after several rides. I try not to do this too often, maybe once a month or once every 2 months, depending on how often I ride. And I let them air dry, so I have not put them in the dryer because I'm worried it might affect the rubber that's on the inside of the top and the bottom of the knee pads. My recommendation would be to just let them dry after you wash them. And you could probably just wash them by hand too if you're worried about putting them into the washing machine. I have snagged them a couple times on my bike or on bushes, but it hasn't really affected them other than the couple of threads maybe poking out. So they're still in really good condition. Granted, I have also not taken any big falls on them since I bought them. I've taken some minor tumbles, and in those cases the knee pads have definitely helped me avoid getting scratched or bruised. Also, they have been really good for me because I do have a tendency to kind of bump my inner knees on the bike frame sometimes, and the pads have definitely helped avoid a lot of bruising in those cases. And if you're the kind of person who scratches themselves on rocks or on trees and bushes as you pass by, they're definitely a very useful thing to have on your body. So let's talk about comfort. So like I said, I have worn these knee pads a lot over the last half year, and I still stand by what I said in my first video, which is that the first couple of times I wore them after I bought them, I did notice them, so they felt slightly uncomfortable and unusual on my body. But after a couple of rides and a couple of hours of being on the bike, I honestly don't notice them, or didn't notice them anymore, and this has remained the same over the last half year. I put them on and I don't think about them anymore. They mold so well to my knees that it's just like having a piece of clothing on that I don't notice. Even the sticky rubber part that's on the top and on the bottom, so that comes in contact with your thighs and your calves, doesn't bother me at all. I was worried that that might get annoying, or that even like the area behind the knee, the fabric behind the knee might bunch up, but that has not been an issue for me at all. And it's really nice that it has this adjustable strap on the top, so you can tighten it or loosen it around your thigh as you wish. And a lot of times in the beginning of my rides I'll have it a little tighter, and then towards the end of the rides when I'm warmed up or might get sweaty or something, then I just loosen them up a little bit, and that has been perfect so far. Alright, let's talk about the last topic, versatility. I've worn these knee pads on short rides of 1 hour and long rides of 3 to 4 to 5 hours, and they have been fine on all of those rides. Also, I've worn them out on the trails, I have worn them playing bikes out in the street or in my backyard, I've worn them to the bike park, I really just wear them every single time I get on my bike. And also, check out my series that I posted this summer about my race preparation for my very first enduro race. I wore these knee pads throughout the whole preparation phase during spring and summer, and I also wore them at the actual enduro race, and they were fantastic. Oh, and I even wore the knee pads snowboarding a couple weeks ago. So it was a day where it was particularly icy in the resort and I really didn't want to, damage my knees. So I put the knee pads on over my long johns and underneath my snowboard pants. And it was perfect. Like, I fell on my knees a couple of times and I was also able to just rest on my knees, and it felt great. So for those of you out there who are snowboarders and who have a tendency to fall on your knees, or you spend a lot of time kneeling in the snow, you can even wear your POC VPD Air knee pads for that activity. Personally, I think these knee pads are amazing, and for the type of riding that I do, which is becoming more and more aggressive but is still fairly conservative, they absolutely serve their purpose. I would definitely buy these knee pads again if my first pair ever failed me, but honestly they're in such good shape and they haven't shown any sign of wear and tear that I don't really think that that's going to happen anytime soon. So let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about the POC VPD Air knee pads, and also let me know in the comments below if you want me to review anything else, like for instance my Yeti bike shorts, or my Smith riding goggles, or my Giro Switchblade full-face helmet, anything that you've seen me wear or use and you'd like to have a review or my personal opinion on it, then just let me know. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!